Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Well, MoneyGram stock price sure has been running today. I'm going to take a look at some charts with you in this video, and it really is a fascinating look at what Ripple's announcement has done for MoneyGram stock price. There's a run up, then it starts tanking, and where it is now, it's substantially higher than it was prior to the announcement of MoneyGram officially partnering up with Ripple. So I'm going to run through some of the specifics on that. I've got a piece also from the Motley Fool asking, basically posing the question, is it a good idea to buy MoneyGram stock? And that was as of just a few weeks ago. And so we've got a little bit of advantage of a hindsight on the announcement a few weeks. But I thought I'd run through it because it's funny, and that, of course, the Motley Fool, they've had at least one author that's been rather negative about XRP. But it's interesting reading their take on this in the article because they don't really have strong crypto backgrounds per se. So I look forward to sharing that with you. And I'm also going to share with you a piece at the end of the video about authorities seizing crypto mining equipment from a nuclear power plant. Oh yes indeed. Somebody got in trouble. Now, before we get going, if you would please delicately tap that like button, and if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, go ahead and subscribe to that channel. It's a pretty gosh darn good idea. So I saw this tweet earlier today from All the Way 08 on Twitter. Here we go again. MoneyGram is running. And at the time he tweeted that out, the MoneyGram stock price is at $3.64. So this is what caught my attention. So I love my Twitter feed. Thank you so much, by the way, All the Way 08. I appreciate you putting stuff out there. And so I wanted to share with you what's been going on a chart. Yes, today, but also since Ripple announced their partnership with MoneyGram, which is a really big deal. MoneyGram had not been doing so hot, actually, as it turns out. So take a look at this. Right now I'm on a 6-month chart, and if you can see this, hopefully you're not driving, but if you can see this right where I have my mouse, it looks like it got down to $1.45 before spiking up to $3.88 on the news of Ripple partnering with MoneyGram. Amazing stuff. Now, that high price was short-lived. Of course, what do we know about run-ups in price? It's true in the stock market. It's true in crypto. So typically, when there are run-ups like this, the price level is not going to be sustained, and it'll go back down. It will correct before climbing back up. And so what did we see here? We saw that it declined. Look at this. So this might as well have been a cryptocurrency chart. It looks so volatile, right? And so look, it got down to, what is this, about $2.28. Then a little more time passed, went up a little bit. Then it went down to, I think the lowest point I can see is $2 even. So again, it went from, here, what was it, $1.45 up to $3.88, down to $2 even. But if you look at this, since then, it's pretty well been climbing up, and it was definitely moving today. At one point, I know it was up by 10% today alone. So let me take a look now at the, here's the 5-day, so you can kind of see, so even just 5 days ago, it's at $3.21. Look at this, and it's just been climbing. You had another spike right here from $3.36 all the way up to $3.70, which I think that's the highest I'd seen it since it hit $3.88. Right after the announcement. And so, let me show you one more chart. This is the 1 day, right? And so here, within the last day, the highest was, it was 370. Okay, yeah, it was. And so, and then it just kind of, it's more or less flat. I mean, it changed by a range of pennies, it looks like, mostly. And then currently at $3.60. Now, I just want to point out, as I go back to the 6-month chart here, and you can see what this looks like. So the part where it was at its lowest, where it cratered all the way down to here, without Ripple existing, that's where it would be right now. This is an absolute game changer for, it's great. This is, to be honest, it's mutually beneficial, but it's an absolute game changer for MoneyGram. And I'm going to read parts from an article that's going to illustrate some of the problems that they were having. And that's why, to me, it's like, if I'm MoneyGram, this would be like a godsend, seriously. And I know it's great for Ripple too, don't get me wrong. There's a reason that they were willing to buy stock at a premium. And also, let's be real, I think that they probably had an inkling that once the deal was announced, they probably, I think Ripple kind of reasonably could have assumed, okay, well, the price of the stock would probably go up anyway, so probably not that bad of an idea to buy it at a premium now, just so we can get this going, so that we can get XRapid in place, start building out corridors. And so thankfully that did happen. But to me, I just tell you, the stock price today of MoneyGram, I think that it's pretty much, if not entirely, just almost entirely based on the fact that Ripple and MoneyGram have teamed up, because nothing else has changed in a substantial way that would lead people to have renewed confidence in MoneyGram. So take a look at this. Here's a piece from The Motley Fool titled, "Is MoneyGram International a Buy?" The money sending company stock is up 76% in just 2 months, but is there more room to climb? And that was on August 2nd. So let's see what it was. I bet I could see what the price was here on August 2nd. Is it data? Yeah. Let me go back to the one here. So here, it's a little further. August 2nd. So yeah, there you go. So we have the benefit of hindsight now, of course. So it was, depending on the time of the day, it was around like $2. Here's I got $2.59, and today we know it's a buck higher. So in terms of stock market movement, that's a lot. Like that's seriously a ton. So was there room to climb? The answer clearly already answered. But take a look at what this piece had to say. MoneyGram International has taken investors on quite the roller coaster ride in recent months. In mid-June, the company's stock spiked by more than 150% on reports that a certain cryptocurrency company had acquired a stake. But the excitement seems to have cooled off. As of the end of July, MoneyGram had given back roughly half of its gains, but is still up by more than 76% over the past 2 months. With that in mind, here's a rundown of the big news story that sent MoneyGram stock skyrocketing, the company's recent business results, and whether the company looks like a buy at its current price. Take a look at this. The news that initially sent MoneyGram stock price soaring was its recently announced partnership with cryptocurrency company Ripple. As part of the deal, Ripple announced that it is investing as much as $50 million into MoneyGram in exchange for a stake in the company, as well as warrants to buy even more MoneyGram stock within the next 2 years. A few weeks after the transaction, Ripple reported owning a 9.95% stake in the payments company. The other major part of the deal is that MoneyGram will use Ripple's cryptocurrency, formerly known as XRP, as well as Ripple's XRapid platform to settle transactions. And of course we know they don't know any better because it's the Motley Fool and they're not that into crypto. I know the writer isn't. This is very clear. It's not Ripple's cryptocurrency. It's just a cryptocurrency, XRP. Anyway, the two companies had been testing a pilot program since 2018, and apparently Ripple likes how it has been going. Well, so I'd say more importantly, almost, MoneyGram likes how it's going, which is good for both of them, right? And so here's the question posed. Why is it such a big deal for MoneyGram and its investors? Well, there are two reasons why the Ripple news sent MoneyGram stock price soaring. First and foremost is the valuation at which Ripple is investing. Ripple's $30 million investment involved buying roughly 5.6 million shares of MoneyGram for $4.10 per share. And that's what I was talking about earlier. And this is me talking now, and I still insist that part of the reason Ripple was comfortable doing that is they had confidence that this would result in renewed confidence in MoneyGram in general as it pertains to their stock price. But anyway, $4.10 per share is what they paid, and gives it warrants to buy 1.7 million additional shares of MoneyGram stock at the same price, which happens to be roughly 3 times the price MoneyGram was trading for before the announcement, and 67% higher than the current share price as of this writing. But man, I'll tell you what, that gap sure has closed, hasn't it? It's around $3.60 as I record this, and they paid $4.10. I bet you the gap closes, and I will not be surprised if it goes higher. Now, there's a lot of other factors involved, but as far as the renewed confidence, it's all about Ripple and XRP. Okay, and the piece continues. Additionally, Ripple has an agreement to buy as much as $20 million worth of additional stock for at least $4.10 per share. So it's fair to say that Ripple sees significant upside potential if the partnership goes well. Second, the use of Ripple could be a big money saver. Historically, MoneyGram has had to use foreign exchange marketplaces when it comes to transaction settlements. This is a costly and capital-intensive practice as it requires MoneyGram to spend large amounts of money to buy foreign currencies. To illustrate this, consider that at the end of the first quarter of 2019, MoneyGram carried over $3.4 billion in settlement assets on its balance sheet, which is absolutely staggering. What have we been saying about nostro accounts, boys and girls? They're no damn good. The switch to Ripple is intended to lower operating costs and capital requirements, which could allow MoneyGram to operate far more efficiently while producing no noticeable difference in the service MoneyGram provides to its customers. Which, by the way, that's part of the magic of this all. I love that consumers will be using cryptocurrencies without actually adopting it. It's all just done seamlessly in the background, and nobody even freaking knows about it. The business just implements it, and the end user, again, none the wiser. Purely beautiful. Because if you think about it, if the end user for some reason had to actually adopt cryptocurrency, oh my god, we are nowhere near massive quantities of people adopting cryptocurrency. It's a small percentage of the world that owns any cryptocurrencies whatsoever, especially if you're talking about XRP. Like, it's just a very minuscule amount of humans that even know about this, which is really why I feel very fortunate to have stumbled across the fact that Ripple and XRP exist back when I did in 2017. But anyway, so the question's posed here: should you buy MoneyGram International now? And I love that this is 3 weeks, so we got to see what actually happened. But anyway, there's certainly an argument to be made that this partnership could be a game changer for MoneyGram International. As I mentioned, MoneyGram has had to settle transactions in a relatively inefficient manner and spent $161 million on commissions and direct transaction expenses in the first quarter of 2019 alone. Since the company ran at a net loss of $13.5 million for the quarter, it's easy to see how significantly reducing its transaction and settlement expenses could mean the difference between losses and major profitability. And by the way, boys and girls here, let me tell you, that's why I am so looking forward to first quarter of next year. You know, some of this is going to flow through to the bottom line. Alex Holmes, MoneyGram CEO, has stated as much. They'll be ramping up in the fourth quarter. But really what they said is that first quarter, that's when you're really going to see what this does to the bottom line. And they're very, they've said positive stuff. There was on the last quarter's earning call, they said positive stuff, but they were intentionally hush-hush. There really is no secret about that. They made no qualms about, hey, we can only say so much right now. And I think the implications of what this could do in terms of profitability for MoneyGram, they don't seem to want that data to be out yet, like specifically what this will do to a P&L report, for example. So just wait till first quarter, man. I'm telling you, this is going to be something to I look forward to the day I get to make a video on that topic after some of the results have been made public. That's going to be a fun day for me personally. Anyway, so they're right. It's important to realize that MoneyGram is a micro cap company. Its current market cap is about $138 million. In that the actual benefits of the Ripple partnership remain to be seen. So this remains a highly speculative investment. That's fair. I do think that's fair. It is speculative, but either the technology works or it doesn't. And part of what gives me confidence is just the fact that the other businesses out there that have implemented XRapid, the few that have spoken publicly about it, they just rave about it. They even raved before the production version came out. I can think back to, what was the guy's name? Nico, I can't remember his last name, but he was one of the vice presidents, or the vice president maybe, at Qualix, who was the first company, I believe, to ever go on board and start using the beta version of XRapid, doing a pilot. They were the first ones, and that guy, he was just raving about it. And so anyway, I'm just saying there's been no indication that it doesn't work, except for if you're talking about Western Union. But for them, it's not that it doesn't work. They're in a unique situation because they have admittedly rather efficient treasuries. Brad Garlinghouse has cited as much, but almost no company on the planet has that much money just parked all over the world. But they've been building that infrastructure for 100 years. And so it benefits them, but pretty much no other remittance company on the planet has that. Well, actually, not pretty much. Literally, no other remittance company on the planet is in that situation. So everyone else can benefit from that, thankfully. So again, Western Union just in a unique place, but I still think they're going to want to unlock that dormant capital at some point. So we shall see. But anyway, so the piece continues. If you believe in the cross-border transaction potential of cryptocurrencies, especially Ripple, and want to take a bit of a gamble, MoneyGram could be a smart buy for you. Just don't invest with any money you can't afford to lose. I think that's fair enough, right? I think it's reasonable. I still prefer specifically, I don't own any MoneyGram stock. I prefer to just throw my money directly into XRP because I think the potential for return is substantially greater. Not financial advice, but I believe that there's tremendous upside. I just wish I could fast forward 5 years to see what it looks like then. And then, man, can you imagine even 10 years out what it's going to look like? The whole world is going to have a piece of this. And they're going to be, if you can imagine another 10-year cycle, look, there have been 4 or 5 major boom and bust cycles in crypto where there have been like 80 to 90% drops. How many more of those are going to happen over the next decade? I'm willing to bet at least a few. We'll see, but I bet it's going to happen. I always kind of considered the fact that, given the nature of this last major run-up, that it could be a while before we see really high XRP price again. I don't know because I do not make price predictions, but it will not surprise me if it takes longer than what most people want it to take to get XRP back up to an all-time high. But I don't know that. It could happen by the end of the year. Who's to say? It could happen first quarter next year. But it's largely going to have to do with Bitcoin popping first, and I think once it happens and once it gets back to its all-time high, all bets are off, especially for altcoins, large cap coins too, like specifically XRP. It'll run when it wants to run. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, let's cover another piece. This is from CoinDesk.com. It's titled, this is a good one, Authority Seize Crypto Mining Equipment from Nuclear Power Plant. Yeah, that's not a headline that you're going to read every day. Okay, so Ukraine's top law enforcement and counterintelligence agency uncovered crypto mining equipment on a site at a nuclear power plant. According to local media reports, the Security Service of Ukraine, SBU, confiscated 6 Radeon RX 470 GPU video cards, a motherboard, power supplies, and extension cords, a USB and hard drive, and cooling units installed in the South Ukrainian nuclear power plant on July 11th. Somebody's trying to get some free electricity, aren't they? All of the equipment was located in a single office, number 104, and the administrative wing separate from the power facility from the state-owned Energoatom enterprise. The power plant is registered as a state secret, and outside computer equipment is not authorized to enter the property. The same day, the National Guard of Ukraine branch uncovered additional crypto mining equipment at the same nuclear plant. In this search and seizure, 16 GPU video cards, 7 hard drives, 2 solid-state drives, and router were uncovered. GPUs have fallen out of favor in the crypto mining community as more specialized equipment has come to market. It is unknown what type of cryptocurrencies were being mined. The SBU did not respond to a request for comment by press time. Reportedly, activists with the Ukrainian Cyber Alliance formed a flash mob organized under the F Responsibilities Disclosure in 2017 to raise concerns over security issues at Energoatom. So there you go. To me, I mean, if they're not going to spell it out explicitly, let me just say they're getting free. You're getting free energy from a nuclear power plant to mine Bitcoin. And I mean, maybe it's not Bitcoin, but they're mining cryptocurrencies with nuclear power, just plugging it directly in. This is free. Okay, that is what's happening there. That is funny. I mean, it's not funny for whoever is like going to jail because of this. It's presumably that. I could just see how that could be a genuine security risk. So, but from the outside, it makes me kind of laugh. All right. You can tell me what you think below. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!